Alrighty guys, I am going to be doing a video right now talking about keycards and the old keycard system and the new keycard system that they're doing right now, and then I'm gonna want to show you guys my suggestions for the keycard system. Now before I do all that and the game interrupts me with that loud announcement, let me just see where the server room is so I can just for the sake of simplicity, be able to find it since you can't teleport to it easily. So it's to the right of Nuke Room, so I just gotta remember that. Okay. So let's talk about what they changed here. Let's talk about it real fast. So before in MP1, when you were a D-boy or a scientist, you could have gotten access to O12 and gotten a scientist supervisor key card, or you could have gotten a key card from PC15, GR18, the bathroom, and I think somewhere else. I'm just thinking real fast. So yeah, you could have done that too and went to 914 and upgraded it. They made some changes though, which I'm going to go over those changes. So let's start with O12. All right, actually we should do O12 bottom. All right. So okay, they got rid of the scientist supervisor key card, and they made it so it's its own manager. And evidently they did this because they felt that getting a scientist supervisor key card made it so that players can get the SCP items too fast. Okay, now here's my thing with that. First of all, let's say, because I'm sure this happens a lot, let's say you're with a group of D-boys and a scientist, and let's say you're all running down here, right? And the scientist be like, Hoo. But somehow the D-boy gets it first, okay? But then the scientist runs up and locks the door on you, and you're like, well, oh shit, well at least I got this key card, and then you realize, oh, the door not open. It's at that moment you realize that you might be slightly fucked. So that's one problem with this. My other problem with this is, actually I'm just gonna open it now. My other problem with this is, without the scientist supervisor key card, like not only can you not open that, but I disagree with the assessment that having this key card makes getting SCP items super easy. Like, scientists, and especially scientists, should have a way to access these SCP items right away. Like, they should. Like, come on, look how much fun it is to throw this ball. See, look how much fun it is to... Let me just shut the door real fast before it goes crazy. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so... Like I said, scientists and D-boys should have a way to access SCP items. And because realistically, if you're a scientist and you spawn next to 914, which can happen, you would still be able to access the SCP items right away. If anything, this gives D-boys more of a chance to access the SCP items. If they're lucky, depending on the map spawn. Okay, so that was change number 1. The next change is... Yep, let's go. I believe it was Nuke Room. Nuke. Where are you, Nuke Room? I never memorized this if my life depends on me. Depends on it. No, I don't think it's... Yeah, Nuke Armory. There we go. Here I am. Oh, well, I mean, I kind of can't get out. Okay, hold on. I fucked up. Don't worry. You know what? I'll just give myself an 05. I cheese it. Alright. So, yes, but I'm going to show you. But anyway, the server room now spawns a scientist key card instead of a, I believe it was an MTF cadet key card. So now you have not a chance. At one point it wasn't spawning, but now I believe you have a chance that it always spawns. And I'm going to show you where it spawns now. I mean, this really isn't a big deal. That's the next point I'm going to make. If I can, yeah, here we go. Scientist key card. Okay. Now here's a change they made, but like from what I understand, it's a bug, and they're going to fix it next update. Right now, it gives you an MTF cadet key card, which is bleh. I mean, you can't even escape with this. But evidently, this is a bug, and they're going to make it a lieutenant key card, which is much better. Because I'll say I agree with that. Like, I'm going to go over what I suggested, and I actually think I'm going to change that in my suggestions, possibly. But I do agree with that, because honestly, that's a good change, because it makes it so facility guards can't cheese it and just get a freaking commander key card and immediately go to the micro. But other than that, though, I don't like the O12 changes. Like, no way. No, 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 no. No bueno. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. But I mean, if this changes to a lieutenant, it makes it much more acceptable, because literally a couple days ago I was going crazy over this. Alright, so what's the next thing to go over? Okay, so yeah, with this new system, it basically just makes it so that you can't get the micro right away, right? And the old system was pretty much kind of the same. Kind of. Actually, there's another thing to consider. Since you don't get a key card from O12 anymore to open this door right away, it's going to be harder for D-boys to open this door unless you get a scientist key card in a locker or in a... I mean, it probably won't be a problem, though, as much as I'm thinking now that I think about it. But anyway, okay, there's that. Now, here's my problem, though, with this system. Well, I mean, it's not really a problem, but it's like, I have a better solution in here. I want to show it because I think people should see this. I'm gonna have to do a display capture for this. I apologize in advance because I don't like display captures. Forgive me. Oh yes, here's my YouTube. Oh yes, look at all my stuff. Be exposed. Anyway, listen. This is the changes I would want to do for the key cards. I'm just going to go over this, just skip all that part. So, here's the thing. I think right now, in its current form, 914 is overpowered. Because the thing is, when you go to 914 and you get a scientist key card and you put it on 1-to-1 and then fine 05. When you get a zone manager key card, it's just put it on fine 05. I think 05s are not good for the game, okay? Because they give you access to everything in the facility. It's a one-way ticket from one point, which is 914, all the way to the exit. There's no challenges for players. And for the showing it. And for the most part, it's just not good for the game. Like, 914, in my opinion, is kind of really bad. Like, I would rather the game have more objective-based gameplay, where 914 had limits of what it could give you, instead of giving you the best thing, just giving you a better key card to allow you to go different paths to get even better key cards. Like, players should have a sense of exploration and searching, or like, well, pretty much, yeah, just exploration and searching, or looking for a dead body, or maybe MTF spawned or chaos and just taking their card and escaping. But that's really what the game should be about, because that's fun. I think people would agree that walking around a facility and looking for cards would be a lot more enjoyable than, well, just going to one spot and getting what you want and then, boop, I'm done. So anyway, here are my suggestions. So the first change I would suggest is make keycards only upgrade up to an MTF Cadet keycard and Containment Engineer keycard in 914. Make the upgrade path slower too. No more 1, 2, 3. If you use 914, it should be a little time consuming. For example, I already explained it. So anyway, reasons. 914 should be a side objective to get better key cards instead of a main objective to get 05s. Players should either have to search for cards, kill the players to get better cards, or wait for the faction that is supposed to save them to spawn. The reason for it stopping at MTF Cadet key cards and Containment Engineer key cards will be explained in a bit, which there is a reason. So again, like I said before, I would really want them to revert the changes they made in 012. Like, I don't even need to explain that anymore. Okay, so what I would do is, instead of spawning a scientist key card in the server room, I would actually spawn, I would say 2. I wrote 1 or 2, but I would actually spawn 2 MTF Cadet key cards into heavy. But make them spawn in 4 different locations instead of a guaranteed 1. So if a facility guard wants to get that nice lieutenant card or the commander card, whatever they stick with, they have to work a little bit more for it and actually have to search. Now, there will be 2 of them, so there's a 50-50, unless they do 1, it doesn't matter. But there's a chance, the point is, they have to do a little bit more work to get what they want. Oh, geez, hold on.
Light containment zone overall.
Why am I still hearing it up here? Oh, yeah. Wish I could turn that off. Anyway, yeah, I would definitely spawn 1 or 2 MTF cadet key cards in heavy, because I think that's good. See, right here. Facility guards used to get a lot of additional power in terms of what they can get access to before this change. With this change, it's more random in where the card can be, which means they need to explore a bit more until they find it and get a better card. That's 100% a good thing. Now, this is the big one. Now, again, I could change this to a lieutenant key card in 096's room, because this would prevent facility guards from, rushing the micro. I agree. But I definitely would suggest spawning a chaos key card in 079's room and spawn a facility magic key card in Larry's room on the shelf. Reason. These 3 rooms will have cards to help players escape. The commander key card is most likely going to be taken by the facility guard and maybe the scientist.
Light containment zone is locked down and ready for decontamination. The removal of organic substances has now begun.
Which is why the other 2 cards should be added. It allows the D-boys to get a chance to get a key card and escape without having to rely on the commander key card, and it prevents the facility guards from taking them right away. Oh, I didn't actually. Okay, yeah. Well, that's pretty much the biggest reason, and that's why I suggested before that when you upgrade your key cards, you can choose between an MTF cadet key card or a commander engineer key card. Like, all you have to do is put one of these cards and put it 1-to-1 to get one or the other. The MTF commander key card will give you access to the guns, and it will give you access to the commander key card in Shy Guy's room or the lieutenant. But the thing is, if you go the containment engineer key card, unless the facility guards somehow get it and they get there before you do, which I guess could happen, it gives the D-boys a chance to find 2 more key cards that chances are the facility guards or MTF are not going to take right away, which is good, because it gives them a way to escape without having to rely on killing people, and the opposite team can't take it right away. Like, that's really, really good. Let's see. Oh, here's a big one. Okay, do not allow lockers and entrance or heavy to spawn scientist key cards. Instead, let them spawn more ammo for guards since they need that anyway, and the other items. Reason. This lets facility guards skip finding the MTF key cards in MTF cadet key cards in heavy containment zone and going straight to 096 room, which is something they do not need. Plus, more ammo is nice. But yeah, that's basically the reason. You don't want to open up a locker, find a scientist key card, and say, well, I don't have to look for that cadet key card anymore. Like, that's important. Now, this is what I suggested, but there's another alternative I'm going to bring up, because this is a little bit more work. Okay, make a new room. Let's call it the 05 office. It shows a list of names for Patreon supporters and spawns an 05 key card in the room. This door can only be opened once decontamination happens and with a commander or chaos key card. Okay, reasons. Like I stated much earlier, 05s are very powerful, and being a card that can access everything is very powerful, which is why I feel it would be better if it comes into play much later in the game. Plus, I like seeing my name in the game. So yeah, that's just a bonus thing. But yeah, I think that would actually be great, because yes, you're definitely going to argue, well, as soon as Chaos or MTF spawns and decontamination happens, aren't they going to rush that room? Well, yes, but maybe not so much Chaos, but maybe they would. But definitely MTF. Don't you think, like, sometimes they would just set the nuke off right away anyway if they can? And plus, this makes it so the D-boys do have to worry once decontamination happens to make sure the nuke is turned off. Like, I don't think this is a terrible change. But if you want to go an alternative route, what I would suggest is actually make it so instead of getting an 05 in an office room, just make it so 914 has a very, very, like I'm talking very low chance of giving you an 05 if you put it on very fine. And the rest of the chances, it gets destroyed. Like if you're someone and you have like, you and your buddies have like 4 cards and you want to try it, okay. But make the chance low. Because I don't like 05s. Especially a lot of 05s. It doesn't even make sense why everyone has an 05 in their pocket. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Okay, so anyway, let's see, number 7. Make it so key cards no longer despawn until MTF or Chaos spawn into the facility. I don't know why I put entered. Let's just, there you go. Reason. Okay, you need to have a chance to find these key cards on the ground if someone dies, seeing that 914 is no longer going to give you a card right away to escape, and if they despawn right away, you need to wait for MTF or Chaos to spawn. Yes. So yeah, pretty much with that, it's just basically self-explanatory. You don't want the cards disappearing and then you're just stuck. Like once Chaos and MTF come in, and if you happen to find a gun and just shoot them, or you find they're dead, yeah, then you got a way out. But if they're not in yet and the stuff despawns, it's a little bad. Now I don't know the despawn rate off the top of my head, but I definitely believe items do despawn. I definitely do. And basically, this is just the process of what the different classes would do. If they, can I get like a good angle for that in case you guys want to pause? Like what the different classes would have to do in order to get out or access other things. But with my change, with my suggestions, well, it's technically a change, but with these suggestions, it would definitely make the game a little bit more objective based, and it wouldn't require reworking the whole system. Now, I do agree a keycard rework is needed, because at the moment, it's just not a really good, like, it definitely could be way better. Like, definitely way better. But these are just changes that aren't overly complicated, can be done on the base game without having to rework 150,000 things. And I feel like this is much better than the old system or the new system we're getting, because it gives both teams alternative ways of escaping. Well, yeah, no, it's mostly just the deep boys, another way of escaping that doesn't give everyone quick access. And I think it's healthier for the game and just the gameplay. But that's my opinion. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you, can I, like, I'll put just chatting. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you agree with this, or you have any criticism, or you disagree and you want to downvote it or anything, I mean, it's entirely up to you. But I wanted to get my opinion out there, and I want to know what you guys think of this, the suggestions I have. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.